Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the update that just came out. This update can be quite confusing, so I decided I'm going to actually come out with this. Okay, so the first thing they added is the Gear Awakening update. The Gear Awakening update offers the new Xeno gear, the Xeno armor, the Xeno armor that has just came out, has the ability, Unison ability power down XXL, so with this, I honestly didn't care for this update whatsoever. I knew this came out in Japan, but the second I saw how much this could actually cost, I didn't really care for this update. Nobody's gonna care for this update. I'm gonna be fairly honest with you, except for like the top tier. I'm talking like the top 50 players, maybe even less. I'm being dead serious with you. Maybe even less. Maybe not even top 25. Maybe only top 10 players in UL. And even then, they probably don't even use this gear. So they might just be pretty much all backline. So that's the ironic thing. So the reason I'm saying that is because I'm gonna just send you the picture. You see how much event medals that costs? The Crystal Sacred Altar, 75. Gravata Shield medals isn't all too worrisome to update, to be fairly honest. Good deal, good price for what they have to offer. But 450 Crystal Sacred Altar medals? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I think you get like I get an average of like I think 120 each time the event comes out, which is one every 3 months if they feel like coming out with it. It happened once in like 5 months, so that could take up to a year to actually obtain this gear. And I do not kid you, this stuff isn't farmable. You have to grind or you have to farm the event when it's out, and that's all it's going to be out for the next 3+ months whenever they feel like coming out with it. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. And if you actually check the ability, it's just pretty much a XXL version of the ability power down Unison effect. XL versus XXL shouldn't be too much of a difference, to be fairly honest. You can think about it this way. First of all, my Fatal Testament XXL versus XL video is pretty much going to be self-explanatory for XXL versus XL for some things, though it's Fatal Testament, so it's a bit special. So this is what I take into consideration when I see the ability power down XXL. You got damage down XL and you got damage down XXL now. When I was actually looking this up before, somebody said that damage down at level 7, so you have to infuse it, you have to get it to its max infusion and stuff like that, is equal to damage down XXL at level 5. That right there is pretty much the difference between the two and everything surrounding that scenario and situation. So that's what I consider when I'm looking at XL versus XXL. Yes, it's going to be stronger, it's going to reduce more ability, it's going to reduce more Unison damage. Heck, it's probably going to go over the Stellar God, how much the Stellar God reduces in total, but how much is going to reduce in overall is not going to be significantly higher than the Stellar God or what it was previously before. It says tremendously, but that's just not true. How tremendous you might think it is. It may only be a 5. I'd say about an average. I'd say it's about a 5% decrease in damage overall. I mean, not overall because it's ability power, but 5% less damage you would be taking. Maybe 10%. And that's as far as I would go in XXL versus XL, a maximum of 10%. I would say it's going to be an average of 5% less damage taken if you get it to its special 40 cost version. And even if you get it to the 40 cost edition that it is right now, again, it's going to take even a year to get even one of these, possibly, unless you're like the top 10 players or top 20, 25, 50 players, whatever the scenario situation may be when it comes to this. It's insane. It's absolutely stupid. So anyways, moving on from there, let's skip that and let's move on to the next thing. The item shop is back. Very happy for that. Finally gets me something to spend my gems on. Totally forgot that premium eggs are needed. I've had so many premium eggs so far. It literally took up around half of my actual inventory for my reforged gear. That's how much premium eggs I've had. So I'm going to be spending gems a little on those. Star and Time Orbs I'm going to be spending gems on as well. Considering that Star and Time Orbs are going to be the hardest orbs absolutely to obtain. Even if though they are like 5 gems, right? They are still absolutely worth it. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering, staggering, whatever I'm doing. I'm pretty dang tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of exhausted overdoing these videos. With the other orbs, though, I might not actually do it. I know it's 3 gems. I'm not interested in using all my gems right away on an item shop, to be fairly honest. I've actually used over 50 gems on an item shop before. I realized it, and I'm like, hold on, I need to slow down. These orbs can be possibly easy to obtain within the orb deals. You could get 10 medals each time you do a run, or you could possibly get an orb each time you do a run. I mean, time and stars the same way, but at least you're actually getting medals that actually could amount to something and eventually get you an orb realistically, logically, and ideally pretty dang quickly when it comes to the other ones. So I'm not going to worry about those. May waste a couple gems on pastas. Nothing too serious. I'm going to limit how much gems I'm going to spend in the item shop this time, because yes, I did use over 50 gems or so. Cost 29 or higher monster cost guarantee ticket. Cost 29 or higher SSR weapon guarantee ticket. This is going to be all cost 34 at ultra rare. Cost 34 is going to be behind, especially when they come out 37 cost. I'm going to be behind gear score. I won't recommend it all too much, worrying about it, to be fairly honest. Though I will say the cool thing about these weapon guarantee tickets in the monster is the monsters actually, this is the weird thing. The monster guarantee ticket is actually offering you a higher cost guarantee than the step up is. So that's the first issue I see right there. That's a really bad thing for the gem spawn right here that just came out. The second thing with these tickets is once you get the cost 29 or higher SSR weapon guarantee ticket, also it's guaranteed to be the weapon of your class. So right there, that's very, very awesome as well. And what's the price of these things? If I remember, it's not even high. Look at that, that's not even high. You're getting 40 gems on top of it. And it's like 90 gems, to be fairly honest. It is 90 gems. If you ask me, that's better than the gem spawn they have out right now. Absolutely. Though, even me, I'm not going to be getting the recommended pack, to be fairly honest. The reason I'm not getting in the recommended pack is because it's offering stuff that it's not going to really help me with my gear score whatsoever. My highest gear score is actually, let me show you right here. I am actually at 1 million gear score right now. I'm pretty dang end game, to be fairly honest. I have all 35 cost or higher bows, and my monsters that are pretty much rocking almost all 35 cost or higher. I do have two 33s, but 34 versus 33s isn't a big gear score difference, and I'm not going to break my back for what, a 2, 3, 4, not even 4K difference. I think it's like a 3K difference or something like that. I'm definitely not going to break my bank or back for that. That is absurd, obnoxious, and overly excessive. That really is, and I'm just not interested in that. I'm sorry, I'll pass. So, I'm not going to be doing the ticket, not needed for me. Might be for you, though, that you might be a different story. It might help with gear score for you phenomenally. Really all depends on what you got. So, I already have higher cost than what it's guaranteeing, for the most part, so it's not going to help me whatsoever. Anyways, moving on from there, that's that and everything surrounding that. Next thing we got in this list, we got two things right here. We have metal packs, saving ticket spawns. I'm not sure where you could get these saving tickets. By the way, if you're interested, if you want to know where they're at, they're right here. I'm not even sure we could get these saving tickets. Last time they did this, they were in the specials. They're not in the specials, they're not in the dailies, they're not in the weeklies, they're not in the guild, they're not in the trophy. I don't think they should be in the trophy, that would be absurd. But they're not anywhere under those scenarios and situations, so I don't know how you're going to be able to get them or at all or anything surrounding that. So I'm not sure how this is going to roll out. I'm not sure how this is supposed to go, anything surrounding it. And even if you get to the point where you actually get as much as you can, they offer monsters that you can legitimately obtain. Like, they're not even worth it, to be fairly honest. They go up to 27 cost as an ultra rare, some of these monsters. So it's not even worrisome for the savings. I won't even worry about it. They do have a gem spawn free for a day. That right there is very, very cool that they offer that. That's definitely going to help out for some newer people out there for sure, especially if you manage to get SSRs. Very starting off friendly for people out there that are new to Unison League. I doubt there's any. This game's kind of dead. This game's kind of trash. But anyways, moving on from there, we got video point spawns. Comes with event medal 10. So let's go over that. Let's talk about that. Do you see right here the video point spawns offer event medal 10s? I mean 10 event medals. So I'm going to show you what they got to offer. If you manage to get to 800, you can actually get some of the gear that they have that's hard to get guaranteed. I wish they offered the video point spawn monsters for 900 instead of Darius right here. I'll talk about the 237 cost they have. That'd be a lot better. But this is extremely painful because this ends in 2 weeks. you're not, this event medal thing that they got going, this event medal 10 per each spawn, is only going to last for 2 weeks. So within 2 weeks, you have to spawn 80 times before you even get even this right here, like the Dragon Claw armor or the Dragon Claw weapons, which are the highest cost right now for sure, and they do offer really good abilities for sure. Fatal Testament's very, very nice, especially if you're DPS orientated, or damage down double XLs are very, very nice as well, for sure. So they do offer good abilities and stuff like that, but you gotta really break your back to actually get this. 80 in 2 weeks, 80 video point spawns in 2 weeks. That's like, I think you have to do like 6 each and every day to actually obtain this. And I don't even think that's really going to be all too possible unless you got like the double video point spawns over the weekend. Other than that, I mean, it's going to be extremely hard, and it's going to be really gruesome to even obtain that much, get that much medals in that short of time, because that's really, really hard to actually do. So that right there is the option they have for you and everything surrounding that. I don't live on Unison League though. We'll see how it goes. If it looks possible, I'll try it out. If it doesn't, I'm not even going to worry about it. Next thing they got, Mobius Path and the Super United Offense. With Mobius Path, Mobius has a lot of stuff that you could actually, like, I highly recommend going for the Mobius medals. With Mobius medals, you can upgrade your weapons, your Xeno weapons, which is highly recommended. If you really want to max out your gear score, very recommended. You're going to need Coliseum medals, you're going to need Mobius medals for both the armors and the weapons, so you're going to need, for Awakening material, you're going to need that. And on top of it, with Mobius medals, right, Mobius has so much to offer, by the way. Where is it? There they are. Okay, so they have furniture right here. That is SSR. You can only get SSR furniture from either A, the Grand medals, B, Coliseum medals, or C, Mobius medals. So right there, very, very nice. Though it's not going to give much gear score. It's not going to give much boost or anything surrounding that scenario and situation. So I won't worry about it all too much. But they have the only 38 cost stuff in the game. That is Crystal Breaker on top of it. So if you really want to do absolutely nasty damage, you definitely should work on the Mobius for sure, because they offer this stuff right here, and this stuff is absolutely nasty. Even when they come out with the Valkyries and stuff like that, it's going to take a while for them to come out with 38 cost. They haven't even came out with 37 cost weapons. So 38 cost weapons is going to be extremely OP. It's going to be extremely nasty and everything surrounding that scenario and situation. So I just want to warn you about 38 cost stuff in there, because they're not going to have 38 cost stuff in gem spawn for a while, and that right there I can guarantee you, at least half a year they're not going to have anything 38 cost. They're going to eventually come out with 37 cost, but the highest right now is 36 cost, so that is extremely OP. That's why I'm saying you want to go for Mobius as much as possible. And with Mobius, it's going to be Water Elemental, so the advantage is Wind Elemental. If you don't know what Elemental is, Elemental Attack, it's right there next to the monster, and attack sign, the red part. This right here, what I'm clicking at, is how much you're going to do against the actual element you're fighting. So right here is how much you're going to do against efficiently water. If you need to increase your attack, keep in mind the elemental attack is based on percentages. So you want to have a good balance between gear score and element. You don't just want to go for full-blown element, because that right there could be very foolish and actually even hurt your DPS and damage and everything surrounding it. Grab an elemental weapon, an elemental wind weapon. As you can see right there, shows you your attack, how much you're actually getting when you attach it. So keep that in mind when you're actually doing this. And with Super United Offense, it has two things that you can actually do. First is the medal exchange, the second is the box spawn. The box spawn only offers the monster, and the monster's not worth it. 31 cost, but really weak pots. I just don't recommend going for it. But with this, right, it offers gear, elemental gear, so if you're looking to increase your damage in Mobius or something like that, if you don't have a lot of wind elemental stuff, you could grab some of the weapons right here, help you. You can only get one of each, so keep that in mind. 3 elemental though, 31 cost, so it's not all too bad. It's pretty decent, at least for me. I know I can increase off of my wind element set if I do that. Like, my wind element set is bad. I got 22 wind elemental attack, but like, look at this. Look at this. I know if I were to actually work on the Super United Offense when I have the free time, I know for a fact I can increase my damage a little bit more with Mobius, because I have still like 27 cost bow that is when equipped. So that's all I really gotta say for this video. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the Ads Route, and I'll catch you in the next video. I am out. Peace.